Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Solomon Scott selections here for Thursday, August 31st. For again today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner with a two-pick parlay in tennis. Had Djokovic minus 2.5 sets parlayed with De Gea. Money line at minus 137 on FanDuel. Nice and easy. Both players won in straight sets pretty convincingly. Never in doubt for the winner here on Thursday. And for today's play of the day, going to do another parlay. We've been doing well with the Bankroll Builder Parlay Series. Let's keep it rolling here and hopefully win our fourth straight. So looking at the actual parlay itself, going to involve one tennis match and one WNBA game. So I'm going to start off with the tennis play. I'm going to mention the odds of both plays individually, then the total odds when you combine the two, and then I'll get into the actual breakdowns for each play. So the first play is going to be in a matchup between Wawrinka and Echeverry. We're going to take Wawrinka on the money line at minus 334, and we're going to parlay that with a WNBA game. We're going to take the Sun halftime, full-time against the Mercury, and that's minus 325, and that two-pick pays out at minus 143 on Bet365. Time recording of 2:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering is why we're going to take Wawrinka in this spot. First reason, he's in much better form than his opponent here. Wawrinka has won 7 of his last 9 matches. He also won his first-round match pretty comfortably in straight sets, and it only took 2 hours and 25 minutes. Echeverry, though, has not been in good form lately. He's lost 3 of his last 4 matches. He did win his first-round match against the qualifier in the first round. The problem was it took 5 sets, and the match took 4 hours and 25 minutes, so he was on the court for 2 hours longer than Wawrinka, which has me concerned about his overall stamina for this match. Not to mention the fact that he ended up really struggling against a qualifier, a relative unknown ranked outside the top 100, and now he's against Wawrinka, who's been successful on hardcourt throughout his career. I do think that you're looking at a pretty decent step up in competition, which makes me believe that Echeverry, who might be tired, is going to struggle to do much in this match. And to go through the actual WNBA game here, we're going to once again fade the Mercury because they are one of the worst road teams in the history of the sport. The Mercury are 1-16 straight up on the road. The Sun, though, are 10-6 straight up at home. The Mercury have also lost each of their last 6 games. 5 of those 6 losses were by 10-plus points. They have the worst record in the league. They're actively tanking, and they have already been eliminated from the playoffs, so they really have nothing to play for. But with Caitlin Clark, who might potentially join the WNBA next season, tanking has its incentives. And when you're 1 game up on Seattle for the last place, or I should say the first pick in the draft, I do think you're looking at, once again, a pretty good reason for the Mercury to tank the rest of the schedule. But the Sun are also the 3rd best team in the league based on record, so there's a pretty big talent disparity here. But to go through the actual net ratings here at home, Connecticut has a net rating of plus 5.5, which ranks 3rd in the league. On the road, the Mercury have a net rating of a negative 17.6, which is last by a country mile. Now, to go through the injury report, Cunningham is still out, 11.3 points per game. Petty's still out, 5.2 points per game. One of the better bench players for the Mercury. But Taurasi, one of Phoenix's most well-known players, only played 13 minutes last game and left early with a toe injury. She's questionable. I don't know why she would play in this game. Once again, the Mercury are better off losing every game from this point forward. And Taurasi, one of their older players, is injured. I don't see the purpose. I think she's probably not going to play. But once again, when you have the Sun, who are a very solid team in general, against the bottom feeder, and the Sun, in theory, still have a chance to catch the Liberty for second place. They're not going to, but in theory, it's possible. So they might be a bit motivated for this game in general. But the Mercury are actively punting games. The last time we took this prop, the Dream led by 20-plus points at halftime. And I expect a pretty similar effort from the Mercury here, where they just no-show the game and they get buried. But simply put, I think both plays are definitely juicy, but they should be juicier. So I do think, once again, you're finding some value with this parlay. So once again, the 2-pick parlay here in the Bankroll Builder Series, we're going to go with Wawrinka money line, parlayed with the Sun halftime, full-time, and that 2-pick pays out a minus 143 on Bet365. Bye, everyone.